All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Um, Sorry that yesterday's video didn't have an intro. Um, I put it in the description that the file corrupted, but that's all. I already had a day today, and now we're just now getting to the gym. I was just able to have lunch. Finally, I was so freaking hungry. Like I was starving. Because I went and picked up some car parts from out of town. Had to drive about an hour 15 each way, but I got a 6-speed transmission, transfer case, drive shaft, gas tank, and driver's side front axle for cheap. And the guy said whenever I end up doing the swap, that he'd buy the 5-speed transmission and the 2-wheel drive rear end off of me for free, or for the same price I paid him. So essentially I got those parts for free when it's all said and done. Next thing to get is going to be the rear end and a passenger side axle. I'm not in any rush to do that. I tell you what, because a complete rear end is going to cost somewhere in the neighborhood of $600 to $1,000. So, not really a priority. In the meantime, though, what I can do is I can 6-speed. I swap in the 6-speed. Oh, and a clutch and a flywheel, which were in great shape. I mean, don't even need to replace them. But what I can do before I do all that is I can do the 6-speed swap. I can, which is a big thing. I can swap out the gas tank, or fuel tank, as it were, because it's going to be diesel. And then I can swap, and then I can do the exhausts. And then once I have all that thrown together, then I'll start thinking about picking up the rear end and finishing the whole package. But the 6-speed swap is going to be the next big step, and it won't be too bad. It's essentially the same process as just like swapping out or changing the clutch on a 5-speed. You just drop the bell housing, replace the flywheel, mount the clutch and pressure plate, put the bell housing back on, and I'm going to have to rerun the clutch slave line. There's a different starter that goes in, starter motor, which I have, and I have to buy a new speed sensor, or wire the old speed sensor to the new type. But everything else, and some people say that you might need to bend one of the power steering lines to get it to fit, but we'll see. You know what I mean? I don't really know why you'd have to do that, since the bell housing dimensions are the same. So, but anyway, that's going to be the next step, and that's definitely going to be after this show. Could I get it done tomorrow? Yes, that is in fact feasible. Am I going to do that? Hell no. Hell no. You must be crazy. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I don't know when I'm going to get to that, and I'm in no rush because I just finished lifting this thing up. It's fun to drive, and that is going to be a 2 or 3 or week-long job, depending on how long I spend at it and how much of a headache it turns out to be. You never really know when you're dropping the bell housing if things are going to go smoothly or not. I've had times where I got the whole thing off and back on in under 2 hours, and then I've had times where it takes me like 4 to 5 hours just to get it off. So, lots of variables there. But that's the next step is the 6-speed swap. Anyway, I'm exhausted, by the way. I just want to point that out. I have little to no energy. I'm very, very tired. I just want to go to bed. That's all I want to do. Like, I'm hungry, but I'm so sleepy. And all we got on the docket today is a Crew Cab S10. Gosh, I love those. Is very similar to yesterday. Just going to be a light upper body workout. Looks like some curls, some triceps, a little bit of chest, a little bit of shoulders. Just light. Just get some pump, get some flow moving, etc. And yeah, that's about it, you know. And simple as. But a little tired, you know, a little lacking in the energy. I tell you what. So it's gonna be fun. And then tonight for dinner, gonna have chicken breast and a lot of sweet potatoes. That's what's going on. Am I upset about that? No, all food is good at this point. I don't care what it is. It's yummy. I'll eat it. I'll have a good time. I like food at this point. Any kind of food. All food. All of it. It's all delicious. So I don't care. And I actually do like sweet potatoes and chicken, so. The scale is moving up slightly. Not a lot, don't get me wrong, but 180 even this morning. Now, that being said, I did have a movement today, if you will, to be polite in the parlance of our times, that I think drastically affected my overall body weight. So that's a positive. And my tummy feels a lot better afterwards. I was like cramping up yesterday. I was like all bloated. I'm like, oh, my stomach hurts so bad. And then today, a movement, and we are good. Yeah, so today we're on refeed macros once again. 2 refeed macro days in a row. And I gotta tell you, like, I don't mind. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, man, I really sort of miss eating a bunch of meat. You know, never thought that, like, the day would come, but moral of the story, dude, it's Wednesday, so we are 3 days out, basically. I don't know if I was supposed to go there or not. I gotta be honest, there's like a crossing guard, but she was holding her sign that way, so I don't know. Yeah, but I think today's 3 days out. I'm pretty sure. I think so. Math. No, that's right. So that's pretty crazy, huh? Tomorrow is just like a grind, you know? We're on rest day macros. We're also limiting fluids, and we're also hitting a workout. Like barely a workout. It's like a super, super light, full body, like very, very light. Just to get some last minute like pump. So it's not going to be much. Let me answer this text real quick. I'll be right back with you guys. Or not, I'm driving, but I want to see who it was from. My diploma is ready, is what that was. My digital certificate for project management, which should qualify me for a 9% raise, which is cool. Yeah. Happy about that. Let's see, what else? Yeah, no, honestly, my brain is so fried. I'm so physically exhausted that it's bleeding into like my mental capacity. I just have no juice left in the tank. Um, and, you know, I think I'm going to get some good sleep tonight, though. I tell you that. I'm going to get some good sleep. Then tomorrow, we're just going to be posing like it's our job, because it kind of is for the day. I'm going to spend the whole day, more or less, like I'm going to get up, eat my breakfast, and then I'm going to pack a lunch into the gym and get there when I get there and just spend the whole day practicing posing. The whole day. I'll work out too, but then I'm going to practice posing until like after my normal work, like for hours, and after my after my lift, then I'll go home. But that's the plan for tomorrow. Is just a crap load of posing practice, because that's what needs to be done. And I'm not too worried about the mandatories at this point. I got those down. A lot of the work is going to be on like freeform and flow, and for my posing routine, which, you know, you got to work on it. It's part of the show. As a rule, they don't judge it, but if it comes down to like, oh, we need a tiebreaker or something like that, it can be part of the judging. And you might have a little wow factor in your posing routine that the judges are like, oh, wow, he's got this muscle that you don't showcase in the mandatories as much. That's pretty cool. Whatever, you know? So that's the thing. And, you know, it's fun. It's good for the audience, etc. But, mercy, we are going slow. Oh, school just let out. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, but in terms of like everything I need for the show, check-ins and whatnot, I'm good to go. I got all my clothes, I got all my food set up, I got all my appointments booked, I got all of my necessities. Everything is squared away. And now we just gotta show up, get it done, kill it, and win. That's all we gotta do. Ain't that much to ask, right? So that's what's going on. I do want to say thank you to everybody that's been watching, commenting. I want to thank all the subscribers. You guys have been with me, some of you, since like day one, the first video I posted, and that's pretty cool. And we're just gonna, keep at it. And I really don't have much else to say, so I'm just gonna end the video here, and I will see you guys after I get warmed up for the first exercise. Okay, so we're starting with shoulder press machine. We got 2 sets of 15-ish. And we're going to take it light. Do 120. So 60 pounds per arm. And that's what we're going to rock with. 2 sets of 15. Let's get some pumpage going, all right? Here we go, boys. Okay. Not bad. Do that again. All right, we're trying to burn through this workout. So, Let's get into the second set already. Here we go. Definitely some burning there. All right, let's see what's next. 2 sets of 15. Some light face pulls. I got 75 pounds on here, so cutting down from our normal 100. That's what we're going to be doing. 2 sets of 15. Squeezy, squeezy, squeezy. Let's go. Damn. Everything hurts. It all burns. My shoulders are straight up on fire right now. Let's finish this out. Gotta sit closer so I don't ring the friggin' bell. Here we go. Not that close, but about this close. All right, here we go. Oh. Moving right along, though, boys. Flying. Some super, super light hex press here. So probably 25 pounds, 2 sets of 15. Yeah, we'll get some good 25s. The metal, boys. Again, not my favorite exercise, but it is pretty good for like a pump / burnout type thing, which is the whole goal here. So yeah, so I'll buy it. Here we go. Oh, it's 15. I was shooting for 25. That's what I normally do. Okay. I actually normally, because this is at the end of the workout usually, I only do like 35s on this anyway, so but yeah, give me 1 minute. I'll hit the next 15. Then we'll see what exercise is in store for us next. It's just a upper body pump day. Just trying to get some of them carbs that we've consumed moving around. Stay active, which I have no problem doing. How many steps do I have today? 9.4 thousand, and we're still going to be awake for another 5 or 6 hours, so that's pretty good. let's see what the next exercise is. My guess is either something with arms or another chest exercise. Let's find out. So, what it was rear raises, but you guys don't really need to see that. It's not that exciting. So what we're doing here is gonna be some wide grip, not wide grip, excuse me, underhand pull downs. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, and normally we do 200, but we're dropping it to like 80%, so it'll be 160, which is this. There. Okay. Anyway, 2 sets of 15. And basically, here we go. Easier when it's over. Definitely need to jump that up one. Need to double check my math. This feels heavy. Ugh. There. Yeah, let me check my math because that felt pretty heavy for 160. All right, it felt quite heavy because it was actually like closer to 175 or 180. So now we have it down to that 160 area. So this one should feel a little bit more doable. Not to say I couldn't do the other one, but the goal here is not to like freaking, you know, whatever. Anyway, easy when it's over. Ouch. Got some rope overheads. I haven't done these in a while. I really enjoy a tricep overhead on the cable. It's one of my, I think, like the best tricep exercise in my opinion. But anyway, I think I got 75 on here, so this shouldn't be too bad. I'm gonna jump this up one. All right, here we go. Okay. Okay, here we go. I'm sweaty. Ooh. Can't get my fingers to sit right. Whatever. Oh. Oh. We got some cable drag curls next. Yeah. Okay, the program called these Bayesian curls. I'm going to call them drag curls with a cable. Yeah, we don't want to go crazy, so 35, I think, is going to be plenty. And that's 35 per arm. So I'm going to scoot this back a touch. And basically, if I understand correctly, you just get your cables, face away from the machine, and bring them up. Basically a drag curl, but with cables. So that's what I'm basically going to do. 2 sets of 15. I'll do both arms at the same time. There we go. Sorry for being so dirty, by the way. I got axle grease all over me. All right. I might actually jump the weight up just a touch. 5 pounds. All right, so I hopped the weight up to 40 per arm, which would still be very much in the realm of possibility. I just, I don't think I was getting enough of a pump there, so slight increase, 5 pound increase. Also, cables are, as a rule, lighter than free weights, and that is very much the case here. Okay, we got a pump. We got a burn. Oh man. Oh man. All right. That'll do it. Let's hit some posing. Okay. A little bit of a pose down for you. I will hit all the mandatories. And I think that's about all I have the stamina for today, ladies and gentlemen. I am wrecked. Shreked, if you will. Because it's all ogre now. No leg pump at all because didn't do anything with legs, but well, not agree. There's some amount of bicep pumpage, not a lot. Good tricep pump though. So anyway, we're not too flat at least. All right, I guess we'll just hit the mandatories and go from there. So here we go. You're all good. Ah, yeah. And then favorite classic. All right. So there you go. I'm falling asleep standing up, so I'll call it there. But I will see you guys tomorrow for the last lift. Kind of crazy thing to say. Anyway, my shirt smells like axle grease and gear oil. Peace, y'all.